What's up YouTube? It's BD Superior again, and I'm back. And today I was gonna upload a video, some battles, I was gonna have in Showdown and just upload them since people asked me in the way past to do some battles on Showdown, but I never did because I really didn't feel like it was good of quality, but I wanted to do them just for experience. And but when I was working on them, there was this reveal, even though it was already leaked through the data mine, but there was a reveal for the final evolutions of the starter Pokemon. I'm super excited to see what they are. I've read all the tweets on Serebii.net and stuff. I was able to look at them, and now we're just gonna watch the video. Excuse the background noise. It is my little sister, and she's sick, and I'm taking care of her while I'm doing this. So let's just get into it and see what they have. Okay. So the usual Pikachu at the beginning. Your partner Pokemon have fully evolved. It's like they want to involve us in it. Okay, then I never learned his name, the second evolution. Okay, but it's called Decidui. Okay, it's a grass ghost. I thought it was gonna be a grass flying. Okay, this changes things up. I wasn't gonna choose Rowlet because of that grass flying. I wasn't about to deal with those weaknesses. But if it's grass ghost, it's way better now. For me, I feel like it's way better even though Earthquake hits him and stuff. And that was a pretty cool animation here. Let's look at it real quick. Okay, so it's called Spirit Shackle. That's a signature move, and it prevents opponents from switching out. Okay, that's like infestation type thing. I wonder how much damage it's gonna do though, because normally those moves do little damage. So Layton's final evolution is called Incineroar. Okay, and it's Fire Dark. See, I figured it was gonna be dark because the trio evolution starter Pokemon always have some type of connection. They're weak against each other somehow. Okay, and since there was a rumor for Popular's evolution being Water Fairy, I was like, it can't be fighting. They can't just continue. All right. So, like I was saying, sorry if the editing is so noticeable because my screen recorder cut off in the middle of recording. So I had to kind of fix it a little bit and try to get back to where I left off. But like I was saying, I figured it was going to be dark. Okay, so obviously the ability is always going to be Blaze. And I'm not a fan of the fire typing. Okay, he does have a signature move. It's called Darkest Lariat, or Lariat. Okay, it ignores opponent's stat changes. Okay, so that works pretty well since you can't really set up on it then. Well, you can, but, probably the raised defenses won't matter. And the one I was most excited for, Primarina, that's what it's called, the Water Fairy one. I love the design and everything about it. Okay, I was looking forward to it. It's a personal opinion. I know that it's gotten a lot of hate for looking very feminine, but I just enjoy it. I love water types in general. Always loved them. Okay, so it has a signature move called Sparkling Area, or Aria. It heals the burns of any target it strikes. Well, that's not exciting. Okay. Not exciting at all. So, does it do damage? It didn't even show if it did damage or not. Okay, and then it's gonna show us the Kala Island Guardian. It's Tapu Lele. Psychic Fairy ability is Psychic Surge, and it activates Psychic Terrain. It wasn't a data mine. I really didn't want to get involved or cover anything for the data mine because I don't like spoiling things for myself or anybody else. I don't plan on doing any type of things like that on the channel. I just dislike, when things are leaked and stuff. I don't like being spoiled about stuff. Personal opinion. Then the Ula Island Guardian, Tapu Bulu, looks like a bull, grass fairy, very weak to poison. The ability is Grassy Surge, so it activates Grassy Terrain. We all know what that does. Okay, heals a little bit, ups grass type moves. Okay, so also Horn Leech has a different animation, which is pretty cool. And then the Pony Island Guardian, it's Tapu Fini. Okay, Misty Surge, it activates Misty Terrain. It's a water fairy. Okay, just stopping here a little bit. I'm not a fan of the grass fairy one. It is so weak to many things. It makes me think of Whimsicott, how easily it gets taken down. But going back to it, the rumor about some dolphin being around, I feel like this one's connected to it. I don't know if Mars Shadow could be. And then it talks about they share a unique Z move. Okay, and I saw the Japanese video. In the Japanese video, there's like 4 squares where it shows all the 4 guardians, and they're doing their Z move against the Executor. I feel like their Z move isn't as strong as it should be. Honestly, if they're guardians, I feel like Pikachu's Z move does more than what they do, and because The damage it did on Probopass was the same amount of damage it did on the Alolan Executor. And then we have Encounter with Cosmog, which people had said that they thought it was like pre-evolution for Lunala, and I'm like, if it's a pre-evolution for Lunala, I'm all in for it. I'd rather use the Cosmog because of the unaware ability. I just love the unaware ability, and upset that not many Pokemon have it. Okay, because I love using Quagsire, but everyone knows how to use Quagsire. Okay, everybody knows a set for it or a battle strategy for it. It's just so easy to figure out with Eviolite, and if it has some stat-changing moves for its own self, it would be so good to use. And as long as it has recovery, a way to recover. Okay, now it's going to show us the Persian, the Alolan form. I dislike the Alolan form. It reminds me of Garfield, and I'm not a big fan of Garfield. It does have fur coat ability now, though, which means that it halves any physical damage it takes. But but Persian wasn't even, it wasn't very defensive to begin with. It's very frail. It attacks decently. I mean, I hope it gets some type of buff on the defenses. If it has fur coat, Furfrou is the only other Pokemon that has fur coat, and he doesn't have the most impressive defense there is, but he has a pretty good special defense. So something has to happen on Persian in order for her to have fur coat. And then it says, witness the beginning of the Alolan Pokemon League. Okay, so like it says, that's Mount Lanakila, the highest peak in Alola. And then it says, Alola, we're gonna make an awesome league here, so you better become an awesome trainer. So, like it was said, there is no Pokemon Gyms for Pokemon League. It's like you have to create your own. Okay, it says Alolan champions can take on the Battle Tree. So, the Battle Tree reminds me of like the Battle Tower, and then Cynthia appears and other famous trainers. I'm excited for Cynthia because Cynthia is one of my favorite champions out of all the ones that have been revealed. Wally's there as well, as you can see. Okay, and also shows blue and red coming in, okay, and they're gonna be at this so-called battle tree as well. And it says, "Nice to meet you, fellow champ." Okay, so it's like they're meeting, and then red doesn't even say anything. And I'm just excited to see them. They look so grown now, and back then they looked so small. Okay, and but yet they have a more mature look to them, to their faces, especially red. Okay, and that's the end of it over here. Again, it's available November 18, and that's the end for the reveal. Now, I wanted to see if we could just go over on Serebii to see it real quick, and I can read you guys what's there. It says, a new release of information has come for Pokemon Sun and Moon. We're currently compiling all the information from the trailers, so keep checking back. Relative evolution is called Dedui, which is a grass ghost, which is exciting to know. It has the move Spirit Shackle that prevents opponents switching out. Litten's evolution is Incineroar with the move Darkest Lariat, which ignores the stat changes. It is a Fire Dark. And then Poplio's is called Primarina, they misspelled it, and it's Water Fairy. And then it says the Island Guardians are Tapu Lele, which is a Psychic Fairy with the ability Psychic Surge, Tapu Bulu, which is a Grass Fairy with Grassy Surge, and Tapu Fini, not Mini, which is Water Fairy with Water Surge. And this said Water Surge? I thought it was Misty Surge. Anyway, it says each of these set their respective terrains. They have their unique Z-move, Guardian of Alola. A new Pokemon is revealed called Cosmog. It is a Psychic type with the ability Unaware. And then it says Persian is pure Dark type with the abilities Fur Coat and Technician. In game, they are trying to create a league, and the champions of the league on the battle tree were trainers like Cynthia, Blue, and Red are. Okay? So all this is super exciting to know that they're bringing all these new things onto this new game, and I'm just so excited for it. I can't wait to get my hands on. Okay, I have ordered even a new console just to play stuff fresh with everything. Okay, but I'm just so excited for everything that's happening. Okay, I have no words for it. I just want to, and of course, I just wanted to tell you guys about this because I was excited. And that's all I have for today. If there's any more updates, I'll make sure to stick it, sneak it into another video that I'll make during the day. And I'm trying to upload about another video or two today to catch up on things. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you're new, comment if anything. Okay, and thank you. Have a wonderful day.